right, we're back. We are live from Vegas, and joining me in the studio here, sitting right in front of me, is Joey Belladonna, lead singer of Anthrax. Joey B., good to see you.
Hey, Eddie.
Hi, Fred.
Hi, Fred. Fred. Thanks for inviting me to your house.
It's a stern thing right there.
Next to Joey B. is Charlie Benanti. Good to see you, Charlie.
Hey, Eddie, how you doing?
Good, man. Good, cool. What's the Kiss shirt today? What do we got? A Gene rock and roll. Wow. There's no way that's legit, is it?
It's legit.
It's legit?
Absolutely.
You bought that at kissonline.com?
GeneSimmons.com.
GeneSimmons.com, and you're going to pay me for that shirt.
It is a great shirt, by the way. It's a great shirt.
By the way,
It's for the rock and roll anniversary. They did like 4.
Really?
Each guy. Yeah.
Rock and Roll Over may be my favorite Kiss studio record. You agree?
Yeah.
All right. We could do the whole show on that in a second.
All right, let's do it.
And next to Charlie is Frankie Bello,
hello, Eddie. How are you?
who just asked me who won last night, Mets or Yankees. Mets won again, 2-0 in the Subway Series.
So Eddie's having his time with me right now. It's fine. I can deal with it.
It's been going on. Why stop busting balls after 40 years?
Look, Mets going to...
Do you think we'll have a Subway Series?
No, why?
What do you mean
We
why?
had one in 2000, and if I remember correctly,
thanks, Scott.
Yeah.
the Yankees won the only Subway Series. Season series doesn't mean anything.
Really?
Season means nothing.
This is... I mean, do you even know the Mets? Who's on that team?
Oh,
does anybody care?
There's Scott Ian's over here, too.
Yes, I'm
who's got a
here, too.
Yankee tattoo on his leg, so I'm...
What?
Don't you have a Yankee tattoo somewhere?
No, that's Gene Simmons.
No, but you don't have a Yankee logo somewhere? With all that ink, I thought you'd have that.
No, I don't.
How'd that escape you? Yankees logo.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know what? If somehow they can manage to beat the Astros and get through this year, maybe I'll do it this year.
If the Astros don't cheat, maybe they'll have a chance.
Oh, exactly.
Right, exactly.
That's a good point.
All right, so here we are with Anthrax in the studio, and they are on tour as we speak. The tour started the other day in Arizona, and they are playing tonight in Vegas, and they're just underway on a tour that is a co-headline with Black Label Society. And now, as we get warmed up with Anthrax welcoming into this madness, we welcome... I guess he's way too busy here in Vegas to actually physically be here. You guys made the effort.
Well, it's a long drive.
This guy couldn't make the effort to actually come 10 minutes to my place.
could've
But
rode
joining
with
us right now is Zach Wylde on the phone. What happened, man? What is so important for you to do in Vegas that you couldn't be here today?
What's going on? Now, I'll tell you what's going on. I'm at a disclosed, place out here somewhere in Vegas. I'm in my oxygen chamber right now, and I'm getting ready for tonight's big rock show. That's what's going on.
Are you touring Area 51, Zach?
Makeup and everything like that, rouge, eyeliner, and everything with the money that Charlie won yesterday here in Vegas. So that's what I
Zach, how are you, man? You doing all right?
Yeah, everything's hot rocking, brother. So, just getting ready to roll with the fellas again tonight, man.
How was the first show for you?
Yeah, it was a disaster. It was completely horrendous. But anyways, aside of that, everything's wonderful.
What's going on with the band?
Hatebreed completely smoked Black Label and Anthrax, and that's the reason why Jamie Jost is the Robert Redford of metal. Basically, that's what happened. That's what happened.
Scott, when was the first time that you met Zach? What was your first Zach experience?
We met when Anthrax opened for Ozzy back in 1988.
Miami, right?
No, Pensacola.
Oh, that first show. That was Pensacola.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
And what Scott is forgetting to add was Scott was coming into the venue, and I said, "Hi, Scott, how you doing? I'm Zach. I'm a big fan." And he said, "Hey, get out of my face now. Go get my bags. Make me a ham sandwich." That's what happened. That was the first time I met Bob Scott.
It did not happen that way. It was similar. It was similar to that.
Zach, get me some White Castle. I'm sorry. I apologize.
In 1988, Zach was a very different-looking Zach Wylde than he is now, wasn't he, Frank?
Yeah, it was. Zach, remember that? I came into the dressing room with the boots.
At that point, I was a blossoming young starlet, Hollywood starlet, and it was what it was.
I think you had the Farrah Fawcett hair going. Was it
Hey,
late?
I had.
doubt.
What about my hair
It was
back
more
then?
Farrah. It wasn't Pamela Anderson. It was before Pamela Anderson. So without a doubt, it was more Farrah.
You were great since day one, though. We hit it off right away. That's what's great about it. As soon as we met, it was all on. So
It's pretty crazy that we're all, that we're doing a tour. I just figured it was bound to happen eventually at some point. Like we'd all be rolling together. But no, it's great because we've all, aside of knowing the fellas and everything, we've all known Jamie for a while now too. So it's great.
Yeah, it's a great bill. It really is. And Zach, how's the band doing? How's JD? Is you still killing him every chance you
Who
can
cares
get?
about him? He's a friggin' Mets fan. Who cares about him? No one cares about him. He doesn't
Here we go.
God definitely doesn't care about him. Nobody cares about him. The only person that actually cares for JD is Rusty Staub, and that's about it. It ends there. Tom Stevens doesn't even like JD.
Wow.
and Ed Kranepool, right?
Man,
Yeah,
when I come to this,
Ed Kranepool's on the fence with him because JD sided with I think he sided with Pete Rose when he put the beat down on him. Oh, that was Bud Harrelson. I'm not sure, but anyway.
when I come to this show tonight, I'm going to have to get with JD because he's my only Mets ally. I'm seriously outnumbered here. I think with the Yankee fans.
Ed's gonna wear his Tommy Agee
I got my
jersey.
hat right here.
He's got his hat too. I seen it.
Got my Mets hat ready to go. Hey Zach, are you working on any new music, or are you just going to go out and play some shows right now?
Yeah, no. In between, doing these shows, and then I guess me and Charlie being at Pantera University, and then cleaning the dog run, and then changing diapers, and being the wonderful, swell fella that I am. No, there really isn't enough time to do anything else. What are you talking about, Father Ed?
I just thought maybe you'd want to make a new BLS record at some point. I don't know.
Oxygen chamber out here in Las Vegas, and you're talking about writing new music. Just stop. Just carry on.
Well, let me ask you about that because
this Yankee loss the other night. I'm still completely crushed. So
2-0 Scherzer owned you yesterday. Hey, listen. So Zach, you bring it up, and Charlie's sitting right here. I got half of this Pantera University, as you called it. Give me your thoughts on
I knew you were going to bring it up, but go ahead, carry on.
How could I not? So tell me your thoughts about doing this.
Well, it's going to be awesome. The fellas have always, when Vinny was still with us, it was always rolling around that, Zach, would you honor Dime and, and all of us get together and do the thing. I said, fellas, whenever you want to do this thing, I'll be over here waiting in the dugout and the bullpen and just call me in when you need me. I'll learn everything and we'll go do this. So, but, it's throughout the years, there's always been rumblings about it. So, it wasn't until obviously now, I was speaking on the phone with Phil. I think you could Charlie, we might have been all on a group call, but Phil was just like, Zach, would you honor Dime and would you play? I said, yeah, Phil, of course, I've always said I would. So, of course. I said, if you guys want to do it, then let's do it.
Well, Zach, your name has always been associated with it ever since we lost Dime. It was always brought up, and like you said, it was talked about for years. Charlie, for you, are you and Zach gonna you're on tour together actually? So that's kind of cool. Are you guys going to be able to work out some stuff? Are you going to start thinking about maybe even trying some working through some stuff musically?
Working out. I have Richard Simmons tapes with us, and we do sweating to the old.
You're physically working out,
Pilates and stuff like that before the show. Yes.
I saw Zach yesterday. I saw him at Starbucks yesterday, and then I brought that up. I said, hey, maybe one of these days you and I can get into a room, we could start jamming some Pantera. And he said, not going to happen.
I go, yeah, Charlie, in between the oxygen chamber, me taking about 3 hours to get ready. I take more time than Gene Simmons does to get ready for these shows. Between my fishnets, making sure that my toenails and my nails match my rouge and my lipstick. No, I'm like, Charlie, when do you expect this to happen? It's not going to happen. I said, we'll keep doing our homework, and then when we get in the rehearsals and we get in the Pantera boot camp, then we start doing it.
Zach, have you obviously you can play anything, we know that, but have you ever because this has been rumored for so long, have you ever taken the time to really sit there and go through all those guitar parts and try to like kind of channel what Dime was doing? Have you figured out your approach to that? Is it going to be you trying to be as faithful to what Dime did, or are you going to do that and a little bit of your own thing? I mean, did you ever have you thought about your approach to doing this yet?
For me, I mean, you approach it the same way you do when I'm playing with Ozzy. You know, I mean, obviously you got to learn St. Rhodes' stuff, and I got to learn Jake's stuff, and you know, whether we're doing the Sabbath stuff, you learn it and do it as faithful as you can to it. And you know, Charlie's got to learn all of Vinny's parts. So, no, I mean, you do it like as if you approach it as if you're in a cover band. I mean, like when we do the Zach Sabbath stuff, you know, I don't start changing lyrics, you know, midway through War Pigs. You know, I mean, it's just like you learn the song. You know, so that's what you do.
That's the thing about you know, I can't go do this as the drummer from Anthrax because it would be a different sound completely. So when I'm going to do that, if you close your eyes, it's going to sound like it's Vinny, basically. And that's how it's going to be.
So so that's your approach, Charlie. You're going to just lock in as to exactly what Vinny did.
100%.
Yeah.
The sounds is going to sound exactly like him.
We've done New Level and Cowboys from Hell and over the years with Anthrax. So, you know, I mean, it's something that it's not like it's too far out of Charlie's wheelhouse.
Yeah. I mean, we all know the songs really well.
And Zach, didn't you play some stuff at Dime Bashes too?
No, we ended up, when we did the Dime Bash, that was the Zach Sabbath thing. But, I mean, you know, back in, I think it was 2014, when we were rolling with Down, Phil came out, and Rex came out, because he was in New York City when we were playing the PlayStation Theater. And we ended up doing Unbroken. So, you know, that was 2014. So we got out and did that. But, no, I mean, you know, so now it's just a matter of, you know, Phil, you know, because we got like a group text with all the fellas in there, and it's just, you know, Phil came up with a bunch of tunes and stuff like that. You know, he just wrote it on a piece of paper. He said, guys, we'll see if we can learn these guys, and then we'll take it from there.
Charlie's saying he had something to do with this set list and what was written on there.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm just, for me, I'm just like, whatever you guys want to do, just throw it in, you know, put it up there, and so I can sit and work on it.
Charlie, when did you first know that? When did you first get approached? I mean, we found out about this a couple weeks ago when the news broke, which I'm hearing wasn't even supposed to come out at that time. It was kind of a leak. But when did this? How long has this been in the works behind the scenes?
Man, December, maybe.
Oh, for a while.
End of December. Like I was talking to Philip, and then he just mentioned it, and I said, "Oh yeah, sure, whatever," you know. And then it became real. Like about January, February.
Man, it's amazing that it was able to stay quiet as long as it did, something like that. That never happens. That's incredible.
I mean, to this day, if it happens, if there's one show that's played, great.
So is there a plan? Do you know when the first show is going to be?
No.
The way you say it is almost like you're not sure if there's going to be a first show.
I mean, well, if I can get Zach out of his chamber, maybe we can.
Zach, Charlie's worried about getting you out of the chamber in order to do this tour, actually.
No, I'm staying in the chamber.
And Charlie, I know it was important for you when you brought it up that you said, because you had texted me when the news came out, that for you, it's very much about your history with the band and that this is very much a tribute to the guys. That's your approach to
Absolutely.
it, right?
And I think everybody in our band here feels the same way about those guys. You know, it's like we go back a long way. Like
86.
80, maybe even 85.
85, yeah.
Yeah, it's very much family with Pantera. Total family.
We played a show at a place called Cardi's in Houston, and Pantera were the opening band.
It was 86.
It was 86.
Summer of 86.
Hellstar was on the bill, and it's the first time we met them. I mean, my friendship with Daryl, goes a long way, and I love both of those guys so much. So for me, it was a very emotional thing when, to do this. So that's what it's all about. It's all about those two guys, and doing it. I don't want to see anybody else doing it but me. You know what I mean? And because I'm going to do it right.
Zach, you feel the same way?
Yeah, of course, man. So I've always answered whenever it's come up you're celebrating the guys and you're celebrating all their achievements and their greatness, and that's what it is. I mean, I just tell everybody that, because somebody was just like, how can they call a Pantera reunion? I go, well, it is. Well, it's Phil and Rex getting back together, because they haven't played together for a while. But I go, it's a Pantera celebration. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, it's just like no different than Mitch and Noel from the Experience Hendrix asking Eric Clapton to come out and sing and play Jimmy's stuff and honor him. And they're going to go out and honor Jimi Hendrix. So I mean, to me, it's the same thing. So I mean, because with Ozzy, we honor St. Rhodes every night. Every time we're playing, I don't know, Mr. Crowley, everything. You're honoring Randy. So I mean, the whole thing is just to me, it's just an extension of that. You're honoring Dime, you're honoring Vinny, and you're honoring Phil and Rex. All the guys, their achievements, what they achieved as Pantera, and all the mountains they conquered. So that's the way I look at it. It's the way I've always looked at it.
These are songs that need to be played live.
Yeah.
They deserve to be played, these songs. They shouldn't just sit, it needs to be a live experience. And just think about the generations of fans that never got to see it in any way, shape, or form. And now they're going to get to see this celebration of a band that did break so much new ground in the world of heavy metal.
And just the two guys actually doing it, him as Charlie and Zach, it's not.
Yeah, to me, it's
that's the right
the
fit.
right guys
Absolutely.
for sure. I mean, immediately I felt that way. Hey, Zach, one more quick thing, and then I'll let you go. Get back to your chamber here. I know you got a lot of warm up and vocal prep to do for the show tonight. I know there's a procedure here, but. My question
I really
is,
don't care about the vocals. I'm just worried about my nails and my rouge and my eyeliner. But carry on.
Rouge.
He said it so well. Rouge.
these guys talked about
These
guys talked about when they first saw Pantera and met those guys. What do you remember the very first time you saw the band or met them? I mean, having such a friendship and history. What was the first time I saw Pantera? Was the Fast Lane in Asbury Park for like 100 people. That was the first time I saw and met them. But for you, Zach,
Wow.
when was the very first time you met them?
No, with Pride and Glory, we did Donington, and we saw it was on the bill. It was Aerosmith headlining, then Extreme, then Pantera. I mean, that was like the top three billing, which was pretty insane. But yeah, seeing Pantera and for with that style of music and and them doing it. I mean, at Donington, I mean that's a perfect fit. The energy was just absolutely mind blowing. I mean, that's where the band. Aside of the amazing records and everything like that, but that is completely in their element. I mean, it's just like absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, just the power coming off the stage and, with that music and everything, it was just, and the band sounded great. I mean, the performance and everything like that. So it was, it was really special. That's for sure.
Well, listen, man, I know the fans obviously are extremely excited about this, and I think I agree that you and Charlie are the ways to do it for sure if it's going to happen. So I wish you luck with it, and I'll see you tonight at the gig, and I'll let you get back to your chamber. I'm going to continue with the Anthrax guys here because they thought enough of me to actually make the ride out here. So
He's got a long drive.
I'm renting this thing from Michael Jackson, and it ain't cheap, so I can't. I got bills. It's sitting here. I gotta use it, bro.
All right, man. I'll bring you a Mets hat to wear on stage tonight, or a jersey or something if you want. Piazza sent me some stuff.
If you want to have your legs broken, then you can bring a Met jersey. So there you go.
Hey, man, take care. I'll see you later on tonight. All right.
All right, fellas. See you in a bit. Fellas, see you in a little while. I gotta go back to the chamber. I'll talk to you in a bit, fellas.
All right. Thanks for the time. Tell JD to open the door for you so you can get back in the chamber.
All right, guys.
I'll see you, man.
Bit, fellas.
Bye. There he goes, everybody. Zach Wylde checking in. Charlie, it's going to be a trip when you do this with this guy. You know that, right? I mean, this tour you're on now is a good warm-up for what you got coming up with him.
I know, dude. I'm like, wow.
It's always full on when it comes to Zach, but it's great, man. It's nonstop laughs, that's for sure.
They're going to need to have rouge on the rider.
Exactly, black nail polish. All right, so let's take a break. We got a whole nother hour to play with here. Joey Belladonna, Charlie Benanti, Frank Bello, Scott Ian of Anthrax are here in the studio. Zach, you just heard Zach Wylde, Black Label Society, on tour. The tour's just getting started. Night number 2 is tonight here in Vegas at the Brooklyn Bowl. And we'll spend the next hour with the Anthrax guys taking your calls, talking Anthrax, talking whatever you want to talk about.